In the heart of the vast, shimmering ocean, where the waves danced and the sunlight filtered through the water, there lay a vibrant world of coral reefs. The reefs were a kaleidoscope of colors, teeming with life. Schools of fish darted in and out of the coral, creating a lively symphony of movement and light. This was the home of the three little fish who had spent their entire lives here, safe and protected by their mother. The three little fish, each with their own unique personality, swam closely together with their mother. Fish 1 was energetic and carefree, always the first to explore new places. Fish 2 was practical, but a bit lazy, preferring to take the easy route. Fish 3 was thoughtful, hardworking, and wise, always considering the long-term consequences of their actions. Their mother, a wise and loving fish, had taught them everything they knew. Gathering her children around her, Mother Fish spoke with a gentle yet firm voice. "Remember, my dear little ones, the ocean is full of opportunities, but it's also full of dangers. Choose wisely how you build your home." With a final nod from their mother, the three little fish set off on their journey. They swam away from the safety of the coral reef, venturing into the open ocean. The water was cooler and darker here, but the fish were excited and determined to build their own homes. Fish 1, the energetic and carefree one, was the first to find a potential building material. He stumbled upon a cluster of shiny, iridescent bubbles floating near the surface. The bubbles sparkled in the sunlight, catching his eye immediately. Excited by the ease and beauty of the bubbles, Fish 1 quickly got to work. Using his fins, he carefully shaped the bubbles together, forming a small, delicate home. It was fast and easy, and soon he had a tiny bubble house. Satisfied with his work, Fish 1 decided to take a nap outside his bubble home. The warm sunlight felt good on his scales, and he couldn't wait to enjoy his new home. Not far behind, Fish 2 was also on his way to build a home. Practical but a bit lazy, he didn't want to work too hard. As he swam through the ocean, he came across a patch of sturdy Fish 2, gathered the seaweed, and began to weave it together. It was a bit more challenging than working with bubbles, but he managed to create a simple yet sturdy home. It wasn't as small as Fish 1's bubble home, but it was stronger. After finishing his seaweed home, Fish 2 sat back and admired his work. He felt proud of his accomplishment, knowing that his home would keep him safe, for now. Fish 3, the thoughtful and hardworking one, swam further into the ocean. He knew that a strong home was essential for his safety. As he explored, he found a reef of strong, sturdy coral. The coral pieces were perfect for building a durable home. Fish 3 spent days gathering the coral pieces, cementing them together, and building the walls. It was hard work, but he was patient and determined. Each piece was placed just right, ensuring the strength and stability of his home. As the days went by, Fish 3's coral home began to take shape. It was a slow process, but the result was a strong and secure home. Fish 3 worked tirelessly, knowing that his efforts would pay off in the end. After several days of hard work, Fish 3 finally finished his coral home. It was strong, sturdy, and warm inside. He smiled with pride, knowing that his home would protect him from any danger. One day, as the fish were enjoying their new homes, a loud splash echoed through the ocean. The big bad shark, known for causing trouble, had arrived. His sneaky and hungry eyes scanned the ocean, looking for his next meal. Fish 1, who was resting outside his bubble home, saw the shark coming closer. He quickly swam inside and locked the door, hoping his bubble home would keep him safe. The big bad shark reached the bubble home and knocked on the door. Little fish, let me come in!" Fish 1 replied bravely, "Not by the fin on my tail." The shark then threatened to blow the home in. The big bad shark took a deep breath and blew with all his might. The bubble home popped like soap bubbles in the water. Fish 1 squealed in fear and swam as fast as he could to his brother's seaweed home. Fish 1 reached Fish 2's seaweed home and rushed inside, locking the door behind him. He was relieved to be safe for the moment, but the big bad shark was not far behind. Home and knocked on the door. Little fish, let me come in!" Fish 2 replied bravely, "Not by the fin on my tail." The shark then threatened to blow the home in. The big bad shark's powerful breath shook the seaweed home to its core. Fish 1 and Fish 2 huddled together inside, their hearts pounding with fear. The seaweed walls groaned and bent, but they held firm for the moment. Fish 2, realizing the danger they were in, tried to reinforce the seaweed walls with more seaweed. His movements were frantic, but he knew it might not be enough to withstand the shark's next blow. The big bad shark took another deep breath and blew even harder. The seaweed home groaned and creaked even more, but it still held. Fish 1 and Fish 2 held on tight, hoping their home would survive. In his coral home, Fish 3 sensed the disturbance in the water. He swam to the entrance and saw the big bad shark attacking his brother's homes. Knowing he had to help, he quickly swam towards the seaweed home. Fish 3 arrived just as the seaweed home was about to give way. He called out to the shark, "Stop! Leave my brothers alone!" The big bad shark turned to face him, a sneaky grin spreading across his face. Fish 3 stood his ground, his coral home strong and secure behind him. "You may have blown down my brothers' homes, but you'll never blow down mine," he declared confidently. The big bad shark laughed menacingly. The big bad shark took a deep breath and blew with all his might at Fish 3's coral home. The coral walls stood firm, unyielding to the shark's powerful breath. Fish 3 smiled, knowing his hard work had paid off. The big bad shark tried again, blowing even harder this time. But the coral home remained strong, not a single piece out of place. The shark's frustration grew, and he began to realize that he might not be able to blow down this home. Fish 3 spoke up, his voice calm and wise. "You see, big bad shark, my home is built with strength and care. It won't fall easily. You might as well give up now." Realizing he couldn't win, the big bad shark decided to retreat. He swam away, grumbling and cursing under his breath. Fish 3 watched him go, knowing that his home had protected him and his brothers. With the shark gone, Fish 1 decided to rebuild his bubble home. This time, he would make it stronger, using what he had learned from Fish 3. He gathered more bubbles and began to build a new, sturdier home. Fish 2, inspired by Fish 3's wisdom, decided to reinforce his seaweed home. He gathered more seaweed and wove it into the walls, making them stronger and more durable. They swam to Fish 3's coral home, where they could celebrate their victory and share their experiences. Inside Fish 3's coral home, the three fish gathered around and shared their stories. They laughed and reminisced about their adventures. Fish 1, Fish 2, and Fish 3 realized that they had learned valuable lessons from each other. Fish 1's carefree spirit, Fish 2's practicality, and Fish 3's wisdom had all contributed to their survival. With their homes rebuilt and their spirits lifted, the three fish decided to start a new chapter in their lives. They would continue to explore the ocean, but now they were better prepared for any challenges that came their way. The three fish swam together, exploring the ocean as a team. They discovered new places, met new friends, and faced new challenges. But with each other's support, they were able to overcome anything. One day, while exploring a new part of the ocean, the three fish met a new friend, a small, curious fish who had also built a unique home. They welcomed the new friend into their group, happy to share their experiences and learn from each other.